The most beautiful flower on God's green earth, yet at the same time, the most wretched weed.
I was born into a world where there is no such thing as meek.
If I lose, it's all said and done. Will you still be in my corner as if I won?
The idea for the book club is because I had found books as this really powerful tool to use with somebody who you have no history with. So we started right off the bat with a book that was written by a young man from Washington, D.C. who was very close to people who'd been on the streets. We realized right away that that was a good way to do it, because the kids that we met that first week were, most of them, kids who had never read a book before.
Tara Libert, she used to come to my cell and be like, hey, you want to read a book? And I'm looking at her like, read a book? Like, I don't want to read a book. I'm facing my life in jail. You think I want to read a book? Get away from me. And she was so persistent. She came every week to one day I was like, they was reading a book called Snow. I was like, can I read that book? She was like, yeah, you can read it if you want to come to book club.
First thing I heard was books and poems. Books and poems.
It helped me better to express myself in writing, because no one would cut me off or try to ask me questions while I'm writing. I could just express myself and then share it, and it's like they could feel my words better, so it kind of made me want to write more and more and more.
I never had any intention of quitting my job, and I don't think Tara did either. We just did it as this volunteer thing. It wasn't even every week, it was once every 2 weeks. The first time that we went in, it became obvious that this was bigger than we thought, in terms of just long list of deep needs that this population had that were unfilled at the time.
When a Fremont member first enters, they have so much pain buried deep inside, and the process through reading and writing of like just opening up, a little bit of a shift, a little softening of their heart.
I remember a particular young man that turned 18, and we got there on a Monday. I think we were meeting Mondays, and this boy wasn't there. And all of a sudden we thought, well, that can't be the end of that, you know. So we wrote to him, and then we arranged to send books to him. Maybe 2 years later, our first young man was released, and he called us up, and it was kind of like, well, what are you going to do for me now? And so that's how our reentry support program was born, and we started trying to connect these young men to the programs and services in the DC community that could help them to pursue the goals, those same goals that we'd been talking about with them all this time.
What I discovered is that we at Free Minds, with our tools of just, here's a book and write a poem and, we'll listen to you. Those simple tools were truly transformational.
My dream is that it becomes something that the young men take ownership of, and that's already starting to happen. These guys are coming and working as poet ambassadors. They're going to the schools. One day I hope that the executive director is somebody who was in the program.
The message I want to get out to everyone is never give up. And when things seem really bleak and someone is really hard on a path, they don't want to change, and the street life is the only life they want to lead, and then you get the letter in the mail or a book touched them and the light bulb goes on and they decide, maybe I can have a different future than early death or prison. It's indescribable.
And when a new guy come over there, first thing they ask, what y'all do over here? First thing we say, Free Minds, every Monday, Free Minds.